Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So we'll proceed with the yesterday's topic, which was role of government policies in economic growth. Now we'll look down how India can improve its rural economy. Right, guys, can anyone tell me what is the budget of Indian rural economy? Right, how much have we spent on the rural part of India?
How much have we?
Spent on the rural part of India as compared to urban India.
No,
36%
sir.
of the GDP goes to the rural part of India. Right. So in order to
Okay.
improve the rural economy, what are you gonna do? Build roads, highway, transportation
Hmm.
networks to improve connectivity. Connectivity is the first thing. Second thing
Yeah.
is the world of AI, data, Web 4.0, electrification is very important, right?
Hmm.
Electricity is one of the biggest aspect that should reach to rural India, and I believe 81% of the villages which are present there, there's a 24 into 7 power supply that is present there, just because of the missions that government has taken. Then another thing that we can do when it comes to rural India is drinking water, right? Drinking water as well as sanitation facilities. These are one of the most important thing when it comes to rural India. Now, most of the people in rural India are too much dependent on agriculture. The produce that they get from agriculture, they send it to the market and they earn from it, right? So what can be done? First thing is modern farming technique has to be come into the picture. Uh, Most of the times, farmers don't know what kind of produce that should produce into the farming. So there has to be some precision techniques that are present in the market, right? अगर मुझे बीज उगाना है तो मैं जाके चेक करूंगा कि मेरे फार्म में कितना बीज आ सकता है तो प्रिसीजन टेक्नोलॉजी बताएगा so we'll use the advent of technology here, right? Then you might have heard about white revolution, green revolution. Can anyone tell what is white revolution?
Yeah, it was related to, I guess, milk or the dairies for producing more.
Who led that white revolution?
Um,
Varghese
sir,
Kurian.
not
What is green
okay.
revolution?
It was related to our basically domestic produce in the agricultural sector, especially.
Right. So, in the age of white revolution, green revolution, we have transformed the agriculture sector, right? We have encouraged the people to have different types of crops, to have organic farming, and it has literally improved the people's life, right? So this can be done. We have to, as a responsible citizen, we have to encourage farmers to look down for the crops which will provide you high yield crops, right? Then irrigation. Most of the farmers are still depending upon the monsoon. And you might have seen Amravati, which is one of the hottest area in the country, right? So there has to be some irrigation facilities that has to be present there so that will reduce the dependence on monsoon. Another thing is industries, right? Uh, as a businessman, as a MBA grad, you should look for food processing units, right? Which will help the agriculture as well as the farmers to get the one of the highest value for their agriculture produce. Dairy farming, poultry farming, fisheries can be implemented to increase the household income of farmers in rural India, right? There are a lot of cooperatives present in India. Amul, which is one of the biggest cooperative in India, right? And there are some farmer produce organizations. So if the encouragement has been made regarding cooperatives as well as FPOs, we'll, we'll be able to improve the rural economy, right? Now, one of the best thing that Modi government has did is rural credit. Farmers are getting low interest loan, right? This thing was not possible 10 years ago. Just because the advent of AI, data, and internet, government has strengthened the rural banking system. And there are some microfinance system and companies as well as institutions that are present there. They are helping. They are also helping to the farmers. But to streamline the operations of microfinance systems as well as rural banking, there has to be some measures taken place. This is how we can improve the rural economy. Another thing that can be done when it comes to improving the farmers' system is digital banking and financial literacy. In Great Lakes, we often have that Karma Yoga program where we go to rural India. We teach people regarding digital banking. We tell them that how financial literacy plays a very important role when it comes to doing ease of doing the small businesses, right? Then there are some smart rural India villages that are present there, right? So UPI digital payment systems can and the services can be implemented into this rural India so that these people have to they have to be constrained apart from this cash on deliveries, right? Cash on things that they do. Then banking penetration has to be improved. See, I'll tell you one thing. There are almost 700 to 800 towns which are present in India where don't have any banking system. But that is also one of the biggest issue, right? And guys, Abhishek, Utkarsh, do you have any idea regarding SSG, women-led SSG, self-help groups?
No, sir.
Okay,
No, sir.
yeah. So there are some SSG groups which will help the women in terms of helping in terms of having their financial empowerment. So this SSG groups has to be increased a lot. Around only 1,760 SSG groups are present in India, but if government pushes the SSG group, it can implement it to 10x. Then another thing is you might have seen in Shark Tank, there are some rural entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
So if government has given some grants to rural startups, if they are given some subsidies to rural businesses, I think that is how we can improve the rural economy. We can also promote the handicrafts, the textile industry, the pottery industry, the cottage industry, right? Another thing that comes to my mind is when it comes to rural India is if we encourage the e-commerce platforms, right, to have a D2C sales, it will also help the rural part of India. Then next thing is education is the backbone of rural India, where we should focus to improve the education, right? If we strengthen the primary education, secondary education, if we improve the school infrastructure, I think most of the students will definitely wanted to get into the rural part of schools, right? Then
Mhm.
there is a strongest dropout rate in rural India after 10th, just because most of the children are not getting the skill-based education. If not skill-based
Mm.
education, there has to be some vocational education and some training programs. There are some startups which are pushing efforts. Let's say Aditya Birla Group. So they are putting some efforts, but it is not reaching to the masses. That is also uh, one of the biggest aspect that we should take into consideration. Then uh, there has to be some digital as well as online learning initiatives taken by government so that the rural people can learn the things better. Right now, basic necessities are done, but one of the necessity that is very important is healthcare. Right,
Mm.
uh, healthcare centers has to be established in rural India as well as mobile clinics. Mobile clinic means one touch solution. You are getting all these things to your phone, to your internet, right? Then, guys, have you heard about telemedicine?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if government help pushes towards a lot of efforts when it comes to telemedicine as well as digital health, we will definitely improve the rural economy.
Yeah.
Government right now pushing efforts in terms of Ayushman Bharat Yojana, right?
Ayush.
But still, it will take almost 10 years to reach to the masses. So,
Mm.
if government made it compulsory to have that Ayushman Bharat Yojana for rural India, I think it will definitely help each and every part and each and every person who is present at rural India. Another thing that we can improve when it comes to rural India is MSME, right? MSME, if there are some centers such as youth incubation center, there's a village in Maharashtra which produces a lot of sugarcane. So there are some incubation centers which are promoted by Chief Minister of Maharashtra, and due to that, their rural economy has improved a lot. If these centers has been made all over the India, I believe we will be able to we will be able to make one of the best country when it comes to agriculture produce, right?
Hmm.
Then, if government offers some incentives, let's say Utkarsh Rajput is the small farmer. He wanted to set up one business, right? Small scale business or industry. Government gives lot of incentives to Utkarsh. He can build it. He can be self-reliant. These things that should be done. Then you can also mention about renewable energy. Recently, uh, Adani as well as Reliance Industries has made a lot of investment when it comes to rural India, right? The biogas that is present there, as well as the solar energy, if it is used properly, it will definitely help, right? If some incentives can be provided for the rural people to have a clean energy, it will make one of the best self-reliant country in the world. Then rural tourism is one of the biggest problem that comes to my mind, right? If we promote ecotourism, if we promote heritage tourism, most of the people will definitely come to India. There are Airbnb right now pushing a lot of efforts in terms of having homestays and rural hospitality services, right? Almost
Correct.
yes, 0.5% of our GDP. Pushing since government and Airbnb pushing to capture the 0.05% of the GDP, right? And if we build some cultural market as well as some handicraft market for the local artisans, I think we definitely make an impact on the people who are present there. Then, when it comes to youth, youth is the backbone of India, right? So, PM Pradhan Mantri Kushal Vikas Yojana, government has launched it. But if government has made some stringent changes in that, we'll be able to reach at the top, right? There has to be some vocational training for the women people. If Women India learns, Women India understands the entrepreneurship, I believe we'll be the top 6 or 5 7 countries when it comes to digital literacy, right? Their government also and some private partnership, government plus private partnership is putting a lot of efforts in terms of IT training. But if it is increased in masses, rural schools, I believe will be self-reliant when it comes to IT produce. Internet connectivity is one of the biggest issue in rural India. That's why we are not able to provide online education to the students, right? If you use fiber optic cables, remote villages, students from rural India will definitely learn the things. Another thing is free education and telemedicine services, right? This is what we can do when it comes to rural India, right? Guys, understood?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yeah.
Yes,
How many people are there?
Three, I guess.
Guys, can anyone put message in the group? There were almost 8 to 9 people.
sure.
Yes, just put it in the group itself. Now, the second topic is sustainable development. Can anyone tell me what is sustainable development? Ayush?
Using resource in such a manner that without harming the environment for future generation.
Okay, you are not harming environment. You are okay. Apart from this, why we are doing it for sustainable development?
Something that can be sustained for a longer period of time.
Yes, to stay for a longer period of time, the upcoming generation that is coming there, they should see the world, right?
Yeah.
Right? So I'll tell you how sustainable development works in businesses. It works in marketing, finance, operation, HR, IT. I coming from IT background, I'll tell you, we are taking a lot of efforts when it comes to sustainable development. 2% of CSR, corporate social responsibility. We are increased up to 3.5% just to make our country sustainable. Right? Another thing is, just now also came. Uh, Sustainable development plays a very important role when it comes to building a brand, right? Uh, I'll give you a basic example of it. Starbucks, Mama Earth, right? They are building some brands and products which are eco-friendly, which are kind of a social responsible to the people, right? And to build the trust among the people, they are taking some initiatives. What does Mama Earth started? They if you are taking the Mama products again and again, the repeat customers, so they are roping on plant, yeah, with the name of that person. So through this approach, they are promoting awareness. They are showing that they are following sustainable awareness. They are reducing their corporate social responsibility tax. And fourth thing is, there has been a trust that is built between customers. Another thing is, whenever sustainable development comes into the picture, government has to take a lot of measures, right? Government in the worldwide should took uh, and come up with some laws, right? And if businesses adopt the sustainability, they'll be able to avoid fines. They'll be able to understand the legal issues. Another thing of when it comes to businesses, if they wanted to become sustainable, is that they wanted to have a competitive advantage. They should be competitive. Why? Each and every business is competitive because businesses wanted to build some sustainability strategies, right? If they perform these strategies, they will definitely outperform the competitors, right? Sustainability also plays a very important role when it comes to businesses if government wants to or corporate wants to increase their investment, right? You might have seen the new organization, new IT firms are showing that they are ESG free. They are following ESG criteria, right? Why? The backbone and back idea regarding this is, let's say मैंने एक मेरी company start की, right? And if I show that my company follows sustainability norms or regulations, people will think that okay, is company doing great. But according to me, I want investment. I'm getting that investment. So businesses are playing double-edged sword here, right? They are showing that they follow that green bond, they follow that sustainable finance options. But if you look at the large perspective, आप business करने जाओगे तब आप तुम्हें समझेगा कि it's a big game, right? Then uh, sustainable development is very important when it comes to bringing new innovation, right? What Apple did, what Tesla does, they follow sustainable environment, they follow rules, regulations, and they Tesla's one third of the investment goes to innovation and sustainable development, right? They are bringing new technologies, tools. Another thing when it comes to sustainable development is if businesses tries to have that sustainable development, there's a lot of risk, right? You can't be sustainable. Businesses don't run on sustainability. Businesses run on profitability. So there's a say in the market that sustainability and profitability goes hand in hand, right? If there's a climate disruption happens, right? Businesses should prepare for it. Businesses should follow customer norms. Another thing that comes to my mind is CSR, right? Businesses are focusing a lot when it comes to CSR, and most of the company, let's say Ambani, Adani, ये जो लोग हैं, right? Why they give a lot of almost crores rupees when it comes to CSR? Just to, and they also show them that Adani Green, one of the best sustainable development company, but they are doing it to build trust, increase their community, and improve the stakeholders. Understood, right? Another thing that comes to my mind when it comes to sustainability is if you wanted to improve the biodiversity, right? If you want to reduce deforestation, pollution, habitat destruction, right? That's why most of the businesses are showing that they are helping environment a lot when it comes to pollution, when it comes to habitat destruction, right? So this is what you should think about it. Then, whenever sustainability comes into the picture, right? Whenever you ask regarding GD, always involve climate, climate change or climate action, right? Businesses are right now most of the businesses are focusing on carbon footprint. There's a carbon border tax which was imposed by European Union, and they told India that up to 2080 you have to be carbon sufficient and self-reliant country because India is one of the biggest country through which carbon can be emitted. And Adani, The Adani energies, like another whatever industry Adani runs, is the biggest emitter of carbon. That's why we have expanded that span of following sustainability norms from 2050 to 2080. After 2080, if we emit carbon up to a level, we need to pay the tax according to European Union, right? And if you recently in the budget itself, Modi ji told about greener economy. So if you wanted to have a greener economy, you need to follow sustainability, right? And businesses are focusing a lot when it comes to making greener economy. Uh, Elon Musk came to Modi ji went to USA to meet Elon Musk, right? And Elon Musk told that they are coming with their gigafactory. The main motto of building their gigafactory is to make the chips that are necessary for this EV vehicle. All this should be produced in India, and we can make a greener economy according to Elon Musk's statement. Understood? Now, the
Yes, sir.
third topic is how to tackle unemployment in India. Right? Unemployment is one of the biggest problem in India. मैं जब से बचपन से I'm growing out, I'm seeing unemployment in each and every environment. Public sector, private sector, government sector, yes. So each and every domain that is present there. But the main problem regarding this unemployment is population. Jobs तो उतने ही है, right? But the population is too high. We can't provide job to each and every person. So, so to tackle the unemployment, what are the things that we should do? First thing is skill, right? Government should focus on vocational development, right? Government should work on the cutting edge technologies, and this the knowledge regarding this technology should be implemented in schools as well as colleges. It will be very handy to build our own skills, right? The ITIs which are present there, the NSDs, government should come up with the industry-based curriculum so that we'll be able to train more people. Entrepreneurship is one of the way where we can reduce the employment, right? Due to the entrepreneurs that are present in the industry, they are giving jobs to almost 10 to 12 crore of Indians, right? If financial support as well as mentorship is provided for the budding entrepreneurs and the startup founders, as well as the small scale businesses, on, the issue of unemployment can be reduced, right? Most of the times, the entrepreneurs as well as businessmen face a lot of issues in terms of their registering their business, in terms of their tax that they have to possess, right? So, if government has come up with some policies which will be very handy for the small scale businesses, I believe this issue can be solved. Then, in terms of manufacturing industry, right? In manufacturing industry, we have followed that Make in India rule, right? If we encourage the domestic as well as foreign investment in manufacturing industry, I believe most of the unemployment can be reduced. We can become self-reliant on the uh, verge of other countries, right? How China has become self-reliant because they focused a lot in terms of manufacturing, right? Lot of FDI as well as domestic investment comes to China. Another thing is there has to be some laws that is made by government which helps in terms of businesses as well as in terms of creating new jobs. If these rules, policies are built it out, I think most of the unemployment will be reduced. Then agriculture sector is the backbone of India. If you promote the agribusiness, if we promote the food processing units, we can reduce, we can enhance the agriculture sector. Can anyone tell me what is organic farming? Abhishek?
Um, Sir, organic farming, I'm not sure about it, to be honest.
Okay. Utkarsh?
Organic farming, organic farming is something like we use natural resources to produce something, not using pesticides and fertilizers.
Okay. So through organic farming, if government pushes a lot of efforts to improve the organic farming as well as help the rural entrepreneurship, I think we can enhance the agriculture sector. Then education is one of the important aspects through which employment can be reduced. right? If we come up with the vocational training, if we come up with the technical education system in school and colleges, I think we can improve the education quality, right? Then most of the rural people don't know about rural jobs, don't know about freelancing, online jobs, or form opportunities. If the right education is given to rural people, I think we can improve the rural economy. Another thing is digital literacy. If we come up with the digital literacy programs in rural India, I believe we can improve the rural India, right? MSMEs is the backbone of rural India, right? If the easy loans that are provided to the rural part of people, as well as subsidies are given to the small scale businesses, right? We can improve the digital economy. Post that, if some digital literacy programs come into the rural area, I believe we can improve the economy, right? Uh, Many times we might have seen bureaucracy comes into the picture whenever MSME plans to expand it, right? अगर medium small businesses here, they wanted to expand, right? But they have to go through a lot of certifications, policies, through bureaucracy. And bureaucracy, आपको एक if you wanted to choose one business or establish करने के लिए आपको you need to give a bribe of 30,000 rupees. Again, you need to give a bribe for establishing your business 20 25K rupees. So rural people can't afford it. So bureaucratic hurdle is one of the biggest issue, right? Then how we can tackle unemployment when it comes to rural India is infrastructure. If we increase the investment in road, railway, urban part of India, or urban infrastructure, I believe that we can improve one of the biggest hurdle when it comes to rural India, right? If we come up with some public health project, right, for the rural India development, this is also one of the biggest aspect when it comes to working with unemployment. Then most of the people don't know about freelancing platforms, gig economy, gig opportunities, right? If this knowledge is imported to the people, if government has taken some initiatives as well as schemes, I believe whatever a student who are present in rural India, they won't be unemployed. They can do something in their life, right? Then FDI, foreign direct investment. Can anyone tell me how is current FDI, foreign direct investment, right? Can anyone tell me how much percent or what is the current amount of FDI? Abhishek,
No, sir. I think it's somewhere around 517, 520 billion
yes,
dollars.
$525 billion. If
Yeah.
this investment that is coming there, if we made a FDI friendly businesses, I believe most of the investment will definitely come to rural India, right? And it will definitely create some jobs as well as new industries, right? Another thing is women participation because women is the backbone of any family. If we promote women, if we promote maternity leaves, if we promote workplace equality, if we are paying equally to the women at a rural part of India, I believe participation will definitely increase. Another thing is service sector, IT, healthcare, banking, finance, commerce, product management, consulting, right? So if we empower the service sector, a lot of people from rural India will definitely join it, and unemployment can be reduced. Rural startups, rural innovation can be implemented. Then I believe through these rural startups, most of the people will get a job. Now this is the age of AI, data, machine learning, automation, right? If government is come up with the reskilling as well as upskilling programs who are affected by rural India's traditional jobs, I believe it will be one of the biggest job creator, right? If we train the new people, if we train the people regarding new technologies tools, which will definitely meet the future demand of the businesses, right? At the rural part of India, I think we can tackle one of the biggest unemployment. And lastly, I would like to tell you that cooperatives, right? Cooperatives plays a very important role when it comes to rural India, right? Amul, I'll give a basic example of it. Amul, right? Amul focuses a lot when it comes to cooperatives, right? Amul is also one of the biggest cooperative which helps the rural India when it comes to agriculture initiative, handicraft, artisan industry, rural industry, right? So if more cooperatives come into rural India, we can reduce the unemployment, right? And if we empower the communities which are present in rural India, every state, every village has some communities, right? Which might be having some entrepreneurship activities. If we empower them, I believe we can reduce, we can tackle the unemployment, right? The next topic is AI. What is AI? Ayush,
Hello.
what is
Yes.
AI?
AI is a ability of computer to perform tasks such as uh, providing data.
Yes, I'll tell you. AI is a branch of computer science which deals with data, fact, figure, which will help the businesses to do the business in modern format. Let's say it learns from past data. It gives prediction that what will happen in future. The topic is ethics. Whenever new technology comes, ethics plays a very important role, right? There are a lot of biasness that is present there when it comes to AI models. In USA, one of the ChatGPT user mentioned that black and white. So the platform was showing black. It shows that this AI model and the data which is present, that model was put by, and there's biasness in that. It was put by a black person. These are the things that are coming there, right? AI models which are present there, they inherit all this data, right? But there are a lot of unfair outcomes are happening in the industry. Whenever this situation happens in terms of biasness as well as fairness, what companies should do? Companies always should focus towards unbiased opinions. One of the ethical issue when it comes to artificial intelligence is transparency, right? AI models which are present there, they should be transparent. They should understand the human actions and human emotions. But to do that, I believe this is one of the biggest tasks, right? Data privacy, security. Whenever you are asked regarding any GD topic, when it comes to this one, tech tools and technologies, always think about data privacy, security, protection, right? In terms of users, right? So I think AI models should comply and should follow data privacy, security, GDPR, right? Then ethics also plays a very important role when it comes to job displacement and workforce, right? Uh, if AI is not used properly, AI automation is having issues to lead to job loss. Government have to come up with these skilling programs, right? That is also one of the concern. Then accountability for AI plays a very important role, right? There are a lot of AI models which are present there, as well as LLM, language learning models, right? If that model is giving wrong information, we don't know who is giving that wrong information, right? आप चैट जीपीटी यूज करते होगे, आप लॉन्ग एलएलएम मॉडल यूज करते होगे, सोरा मॉडल यूज करते होगे, so most of times it gives wrong information. So we can't blame AI, right? Because this is how the data then be put into that model. Then you can also talk about deepfake, right? Whenever you are talked about ethics, you can talk about deepfake as well as misinformation, right? The fake content that is present there by using AI, it is affecting the people life. It is affecting the reputation of the firms, right? And it is providing wrong information. There were some deepfake videos which were created of one of the biggest cricket players as well as politicians. So these things can also happen. This is also part of ethicality, right? Then environmental, right? AI model, whatever we are using it, it requires a lot of computing power. Due to that, carbon footprint increasing a lot, right? So environmental is one of the concern when it comes to coming with the new AI model. right? Infosys is building out Gen AI, next Gen AI. They are cutting down a lot when it comes to clean energy sources. So this is how ethics plays a very important role, right? Then you can also talk about fake reviews, right? In terms of businesses, right? Most of the platforms, what they do, they use AI to do the fake review of products, services that they're offering. That is also a concern, right? And due to that fake review, authenticity of any task has become a problem, right? Now, one of the backbone of India is healthcare, right? AI can be used in healthcare in a proper way, but when it comes to ethics, if you are doing diagnostic, uh, I believe most of diagnostic that happens in India, only 60 to 70% of the missions has been successful. 30 to 34% of the missions has been unsuccessful. So AI can be used in an ethical way just to check the accuracy of diagnostics, right? And fraud is one of the important aspects, right? AI models can be used properly to reduce the fraud as well as the unethical things that have happened when it comes to stock market, right? Uh, Businesses, if you are coming, if you are building your own business, you should understand the transaction that have happened. Due to that, we can reduce our fraud, right? Then let's say in businesses, most of the new age businesses or corporates has to train the employees, train the AI engineers as well as software developers, so that they should understand the code very well and they should go with the training, right? Companies also should focus on the CSR, right? If the CSR practices, integrate the AI, I believe it will be very handy for businesses or very handy for company to look down it, right? Yes, guys. That's it from my side, guys. I'll make another video at 2 or 3 p.m. today itself, and I'll share that video uh, before the morning regarding the marketing, like basis of marketing. I'll share that video in the group itself. And as I suggested, I'll take 7 sessions. Almost fifth session was there. Sixth session is regarding marketing. Seventh session is regarding operations. Then mock and GD will start it. Post that, I'll also come up with 30 to 40 minutes of sessions. Uh, we are going to have almost 17 to 18